China has the capacity to make half the world's cars, 4 times as many as the US typically makes. Annual demand within the country is about 25 million units. That leaves 15 million cars for export, nearly as many as the US can sell in a good year. China sent 5 million cars to over 100 countries in 2023, making it one of the largest exporters in the world.
Dynamic, bullish, and rapid. Bank of America has set NIO stock at $6, increasing from its previous target of $5.90. The company saw a 7.2% year-over-year drop in revenue, totaling $1.37 billion. Bank of America analyst Meng-Sun Lee attributed this decline to a lower average sales price, as NIO is focusing on clearing out its 2023 models to make room for the latest ones. Revenue figures are important, but so is the profit left after covering the cost of goods sold. In the past quarter, NIO's gross profit margin improved to 4.9%, up from 1.5% a year earlier, surpassing Lee's expected rise to 3.2%. This indicates that NIO is managing its costs better than anticipated despite the revenue dip. Can NIO hit Bank of America's new $6 stock price target? As of June 12, 2024, analysts on onvo predict that NIO's stock will climb to $6.15. This represents a potential gain of about 40.41%, according to their target price. This figure indicates how much the stock could potentially rise based on the analyst's outlook. Exploring the overall analyst sentiment on onvo for NIO is valuable. Currently, there's a single buy rating, but onvo often compiles consensus views from various analysts, offering a broader perspective on NIO's outlook. Remember, analyst ratings are just one part of the investment puzzle. It's important to do your own research, considering factors like NIO's financial health, industry trends, and the overall market environment. Historical performance doesn't always predict future results, and even with an optimistic analyst forecast, there's no guarantee the price will reach the predicted level. Considering all this, along with your own findings, can help you make a more informed decision about investing in NIO stock. Can NIO stock really hit the $6.15 target suggested by analysts? What do you think? We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this update, hit the like button and subscribe for more investing tips and ideas.
And obviously, NIO's been a premium brand, and it's played on that. But it does have a really interesting launch coming this September. The onvo brands with their L60 set to launch in September. NIO is going for a big mass market play with more affordable cars that will compete against the Tesla Model Y. And I think what's interesting about this is with the EV market, you're not just talking about vehicles, you're not just talking about shipments, you're also talking about services and data.
As we continue, NIO's operation loss came in at 5.4 billion renminbi for the first quarter of 2024, matching expectations. The non-GAAP net loss was 4.9 billion renminbi, an 18% increase from last year, but a slight 1% drop from last quarter. It was close to the estimate of 4.8 billion renminbi. No wonder the price target only nudged up by about 2%. On the other hand, Citi analyst Jeff Chung is more optimistic than Lee. Chung still has a buy rating but lowered his price target to $8.50 from $10.40. Yet, he's increased his delivery estimates for 2024 and 2025 to 227,000 to 308,000 vehicles, respectively, up from 190,000 to 259,000. This revision comes as NIO introduces 2 new, cheaper brands, which are onvo and Firefly. onvo's first SUV, the L60, will start at around $30,000, with deliveries set for the third quarter, taking on Tesla's Model Y. Firefly will focus on smaller cars. Its first model, priced between $13,800 and $27,600, will launch in China by year's end and expand to Europe in early 2025. Furthermore, MarketWatch shows NIO's average price target is 51 Hong Kong dollars and 35 cents, or $6.57 in USD, with targets ranging from a high of $11.59 to a low of $3.71 after currency conversion. Moreover, NIO just got the green light to build a third factory in China, pushing its production capacity to almost 1 million vehicles per year. This new plant, in Huainan City, Anhui Province, will handle up to 600,000 vehicles annually and focus on NIO's new budget brand. This move puts NIO close to Tesla's Shanghai factory, which produces a little over 1 million vehicles a year. Despite worries about overcapacity and weakening demand, NIO is charging ahead with the F3 plant. Initially, it will run at 100,000 units per year on a single shift. NIO's expansion is geared towards meeting rising demand for both the company and its new brand, onvo, including new models. Better than expected deliveries recently and efforts to ramp up production are making Wall Street optimistic about NIO stock. As of now, the stock is up 0.22%, trading at $5.22. Morgan Stanley analyst Tim Xiao is hopeful, pointing to potential growth in NIO's total sales. He highlights positive feedback on orders and margins and new details about onvo from NIO's earnings report last June 6th. Xiao also rates NIO as overweight with a $10 price target.
And I also think about the tax breaks, the tax, or sometimes when they're trying to send from one to the other, they put more taxes. What's in the world of taxes? I mean, even Elon Musk was saying to the administration, don't overtax them. I think he didn't want the same to happen to him. What was the premise behind that? What do you think there, Olivier?
Well, I mean, if we're talking about the Chinese market, that's a different discussion, right? And even in Europe, and some of these companies have penetration in Europe, much more so than in the United States, where not only tax breaks and taxation, but also the European Commission and the plans to bring a lot more EV into the market and to phase out traditional vehicles is a lot more aggressive than it is in the United States.
Consequently, the Zhitong financial app reports that Goldman Sachs gave NIO a neutral rating with a target price of 32 Hong Kong dollars. Although NIO's first quarter net income fell short of expectations, management predicts a strong second quarter with steady monthly sales targets and a shift in sales strategies to secure its market position. Moving away from the earlier, more stable pricing approach, Goldman Sachs expects NIO to ramp up its sales efforts in the latter half of the year, increasing revenue forecasts for 2024 to 2026 by 7% to 13%. However, they also anticipate a 20% rise in annual sales and promotion expenses, reaching 15 billion renminbi. This increase is due to NIO's efforts to expand its sales teams and store networks for both the NIO and Levdio, known as onvo brands, to drive sales growth. Consequently, the bank raised its non-GAAP net loss forecast for 15 billion renminbi for both 2024 and 2025, and 12 billion renminbi for 2026. During an earnings call, CEO Li stated, "Despite fierce competition, our ongoing investment in technology, products, and services is starting to pay off, distinguishing us from the rest." Li highlighted the launch of the ET7 Executive Edition at the Beijing Auto Show, describing it as a comprehensive upgrade aimed at the business sector. Furthermore, in May, NIO expanded its battery swapping partnerships with Guangzhou Automobile Group and First Automobile Works Group, aiming to develop a fast-evolving battery swapping network. The company aims to provide a quick and convenient recharging alternative that takes just minutes, addressing concerns over driving range. Last month, President Joe Biden raised tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles to 100%, which also hit the Chinese electric vehicle industry hard. This drastic increase effectively shut China out of one of the largest passenger car markets in the world. Moving forward, let's analyze the NIO stock more. Volume by strike price is the number of contracts traded in the past 24 hours. The strike price is the price at which the option contract can be exercised. As of June 12, 2024, it shows that the most active strike prices for NIO options contracts expiring on June 14, 2024 are $5.50 and 50 cents. For the $5.50 strike price, a total of 2098 contracts have been traded, with 1941 contracts being call options and 157 contracts being put options. This suggests that there is more bullish sentiment for NIO in the short term, as call options give the buyer the right to buy the stock at the strike price by the expiration date. On the other hand, money flow refers to the buying and selling activity of a stock. In this case, the blue line likely represents buying activity, and the orange line represents selling activity. The white line represents the net difference between buying and selling activity, or net flow. The text at the bottom of the image indicates the time intervals for which the data is displayed. It appears to be showing 4 intervals throughout the day. The net flow, which is the white line that is negative throughout the day, suggests that there was more selling activity than buying activity. The largest selling pressure seems to have occurred between the second and third time intervals in the middle of the trading day. Overall, the information suggests that the sentiment for NIO was bearish on June 12, 2024. However, it is important to consider that this is just a snapshot of the money flow for a single day. It is always a good idea to look at a wider range of data points before making any investment decisions. The money flow data does not take into account the size of the individual transactions. A large sell order can have a bigger impact on the money flow than a small buy order, even if the number of shares traded is the same. The money flow data is just one factor to consider when making investment decisions. Other factors, such as the company's fundamentals and technical analysis, should also be taken into account. NIO stock performance and outlook are influenced by various factors, including analyst ratings, company expansion plans, and market dynamics. Bank of America's price target increase reflects cautious optimism, while Momu's data suggests mixed investor sentiments. NIO's strategic moves, such as launching new brands and expanding battery swapping partnerships, aim to bolster its market position amidst challenges like increased tariffs. Whether NIO can hit Bank of America's new $6 stock price target remains uncertain, given the complexities of the market and the company's evolving strategies. However, it's crucial for investors to conduct thorough research and consider various indicators before making investment decisions. But the question here is, how will NIO navigate through the challenges posed by increased tariffs and fluctuating market sentiments in the coming months? Share your insights in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, you may also like our hand-picked, action-packed newsletter about NIO. Subscribe now at wiseinvesting.com. And that's it. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe buttons down below. Additionally, if you want to know about NIO stock, just click this video here. Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for more exciting content in the future.